believe that? They have a hero thing where they can go and get it. Blew my mind. That's not gonna happen in this country.
Well, nothing we've done here.
There seems to be a disconnect, and I continue to be amazed about this, that someone has derived from these rules and regs that you can no longer write on opioids. There's nothing in this that prohibits the responsible, evidence-based writing of opioids for legitimate pain. Now, if asking someone to jump through a few extra hoops prevents a physician from doing that, physician decides, or nurse practitioner, PA, or whatever, decides not to do it, shame on them, in my opinion. You know, there are certain things you do in medicine. I don't need to tell you this, but if you got somebody on ACE inhibitor, you better check their potassium every now and then. You need to, you know, if you got somebody on a diuretic, you send them down to the lab, you check their sodium, you check their potassium. There are things you do. And we've arrived at this epidemic in large measure because the writing of these medications in large number unnecessarily has resulted in the #1 public health crisis in this country. So what this board and other boards across the country, by the way, don't think for 1 minute we're the only one doing this. What we're saying is if you want to treat chronic non-cancer pain with opioids, this is what you must do under certain circumstances. If you do it, fine, keep doing it. But people don't want to hear that. People want to hear that this board is stopping you from doing something. There's nothing in here that says that somebody comes in the emergency room with a kidney stone, you can't give Dilaudid or morphine. There's nothing that says if you have a total health that you can't go home with now 20 days of opioids and see your doctor back and get another 20 days. And I just think that this, you know, in my experience in dealing with this for the last year or so, a lot of the comments that are being made, both in the press and otherwise, are irresponsible. They're not what we're saying, and we just ought to stand up and tell the truth. We just ought to say what the rules say and let it be as is. And if a doctor decides they're not going to follow the rules and let their patients have chronic pain go without treatment, that's unfortunate, in my opinion.
I got into this because I would send them to the pain management doctor. They didn't want to take care of them. If they had a flare-up, you told them to go to the emergency room. And how much the emergency room costs? $1,000. My patients know if they have a flare-up, they call me, I will see them that day or the next day. I keep them out of the emergency room. All you need is a urine to see if they got an infection or a flare. And that's why I got involved with it.
And nothing we did here will prevent you from doing it.
Well,
We think you ought to do that.
it's not easy.
It's not, is it? Any other comments that we can help with? Then the working meeting of the board.
I didn't mean to be derogatory. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be purely factual based on my understanding.
Yes.
You'll leave.
You understand?